Ladies and gentlemen, it might not look like much because the price hasn't moved that much in the last 24 hours. But in the last 24 hours, we've seen some very, very important developments, not only on the altcoin chart, which is, of course, under pressure still, but on the Bitcoin chart, okay? Now, let's dive into that step by step because there's a lot to look into here. There's a pattern formation on Bitcoin that's formed, a slightly reassuring pattern formation. It's a descending channel formation. But we've also got Bitcoin testing key macro levels. Let's start with altcoins here. Let's go over what we've gone over before. So we've spoken about this quite extensively. I'm going to continue to talk about it because the weekly candle is closing in literally 1 day and 16 hours from the time of recording this video. And we know for a fact that that weekly candle closes big. Why is it big? Well, we've got a 5-step pattern here on altcoins. Look at the last cycle and look at step 4 right here. I've just circled it. Step 4 is the final step that obviously maintains the bull market support band. It retests the bull market support band and maintains it. The final step before a parabolic bull run with an altcoin season. So step 4 is the final consolidation before that explosion to the upside. And what we can actually see in this cycle is we're doing step 4 right now, essentially. We're seeing step 4 occur right now, just like we saw in the last cycle. Again, so far, maintaining that bull market support band. But what's critical this time, the reason why it's important this time to look very closely at it is because we've actually dropped below that bull market support band. We haven't confirmed a breakdown of it yet, but we are hovering below it. Now, that would be the first step to showing us that, hey, look, we're not going to copy this pattern like we did last time, and hence we would have no proper reason to believe we'd see a parabolic bull market on altcoins with a regular altcoin season. Doesn't mean it can't happen, it just means we'd be thrown in the dark because the cyclical trend that kind of contains the intel that allows us to even suggest that's a possibility of happening will be broken if we drop below these critical levels. So we know for a fact that on the total 3 cryptocurrency market cap chart, the altcoin market cap, the weekly candle close is very important because we're hovering below the critical levels and we need to get back above them. In the meantime, whatever you want to say, if you go to the daily chart, you can see that what I'm personally looking at is not necessarily the bull market support band or things like that. There's other indicators like pi cycle, etc. I'm not necessarily looking too closely at those indicators because I can see that, we can see a justified deviation here. Small drop below those levels isn't really enough to throw out the entire trend altogether. What I'm looking at instead at the moment is this ascending support line, this structural uptrend that we're seeing here. I want to be seeing that level, which is actually being tested right now. I want to be seeing that level hold for support. We're on the logarithmic scale. That's why it looks a bit off. Here we go. I want to be seeing that blue line on the screen hold for support at the most on daily candle closes. That's what I'm looking at the total 3 cryptocurrency market cap chart. And the reason I bring that up again, because I've been talking about it relentlessly, is because we're getting very close to that weekly candle close. Again, we're only 1 day and 16 hours away. And if we see a bad close, if we close the weekly candle below bull market support band, below the pi cycle lines, and below this blue ascending support line, you can pretty much kiss altcoins goodbye. For the most part, right? I don't mean necessarily that altcoins will get, dragged into a massive bear market. They're going to get absolutely wrecked. I mean that the entire predictability of altcoins, which stems from cyclical trends such as the one on the screen right here, involving the 5-step pattern, that will be thrown out the window, and hence altcoin investing will turn more into altcoin gambling. Look, that's established. We know that altcoins are in a critical position. We know that we're going to be seeing an important weekly candle close in 1 day and 16 hours. But the important development here is that Bitcoin now is entering a similarly critical position. And I don't just mean on a structural, horizontal level. I mean, we know damn well now that 61.2K, the green line on the screen here, is the bottom of this Bitcoin range. And we know damn well that that level really has to hold because 57K was a justified deviation. The only reason we went down to 57K here is because we needed to retest, or we were going down to retest more critical levels that were hovering just below the 61K range. So, for example, an ascending support line stemming back from 2011, as you can see on the screen, was sitting at 57K around that period of time. That's why we wicked downwards heavily to go test it, alongside the bull market support band. Okay, pi cycle as well, but let's just stick to the bull market support band for the sake of simplicity. So that bull market support band, which allowed Bitcoin to bounce in conjunction with the 13-year-long ascending support line, is what led to the bottom at 57K. 57K on a horizontal level is not the range bottom. The range bottom is 61K on a horizontal level. That is where we've seen the highest ever monthly candle close on Bitcoin in the 2021 bull market, okay, or where we saw it at the time. That is the bottom of the range on a horizontal level. But right now we're sitting at 64K. And this is an important region because the bull market support band, the same indicator that led us to bottom here at 57, has hovered upwards to around 63K. Right, you can see it here if we go to the weekly chart. In fact, let's just go back to the weekly chart. You can see that bull market support band sitting currently at 64.1K, which is literally right where Bitcoin is right now. So we've got a situation here for the first time where not only is the total 3 cryptocurrency market cap under severe pressure to get a good weekly candle close, but Bitcoin is as well. Because if Bitcoin weekly candle closes below things like the bull market support band, we're in very severe danger of breaking this entire range altogether, because the bull market support band is the thing that led to Bitcoin bottoming here at 57K and not just ending the bull market there. Okay. Also, if you're going back historically, I mean, you probably know this from people like Benjamin Cohen. The bull market support band's been ridiculously critical for Bitcoin. Even in 2021, right? 2021 bull market, we held it the entire way up. We dropped it here. When we lost it, we went down for a 40% correction. We finally got back above it. We flipped it for support. We went upwards again for an all-time high. We flipped downwards. We rejected for it from resistance. We went downwards again. This is a very, very important indicator. And if you go back even further in Bitcoin's history, it only grows in importance. The 2017, 2016 bull market, we held it the entire 2-year period to the upside. Only once we lost it did we enter a bear market, right? Until then, we were in a parabolic bull market. So this is a really, really important level. And it makes it very critical for Bitcoin to hold it. So we've got a high pressure situation here. Weekly candle close in less than 2 days, 1 day and 15 hours from the time of filming here. Total 3 cryptocurrency market cap in severe danger of losing the bull market support band. Still has some hope though with the ascending support line here. I'm not considering it the end of the world yet with the total 3. I don't think we've seen the macro breakdowns. I don't necessarily think we've seen the confirmation to suggest that this 5-step pattern is broken yet, but we certainly are threatening to break it, and that will have major implications if we do, which we'll talk about if it happens. We've talked about them actually in the past. 2 videos ago, we did a very big video on them. You can check that out if you're interested. It's a 25-minute video on my YouTube channel, but we'll speak about it again if it occurs. I don't want to dwell too much on hypothetical scenarios because people get confused. What I'm saying to you now is that we're at a critical position where not only is altcoins, which we already knew, testing critical levels that really need to hold, Bitcoin now is as well. Previously we had a situation where Bitcoin had room to move to the downside. We're kind of not really in that situation anymore. Bitcoin's running out of room to move to the downside now. And so for the most part, the market kind of needs to bottom roughly here. It's like, yeah, okay, Bitcoin technically can go further down to 61K. That would be another 4% drop though. 4%'s not that much. Like, we don't have much room anymore. Now, here's the good news. Luckily, we are seeing patterns that generally emerge when you bottom out, or when you were about to bottom out. For example, if we go and overlay bull market support band on top of this 4-hourly chart, Bitcoin chart, we see a descending channel formation form very clearly with 4 separate retests to the upside of the pattern and 3 separate retests for the downside of the pattern. That is 2 more total retests than you need to form a valid descending channel. So that's a very, very strong descending channel. And obviously descending channel formations are very bullish patterns that generally break to the upside, especially when you have the descending channel formation pressing up against or pressing down against macro support zones such as the bull market support band, such as the 61.2K region. So I've got a pretty good amount of hope here. I don't think it's over yet. I think that this is the bounce spot, but I do think that if we break this channel, we're in very bad territory. For not only for altcoins like we already knew, but for Bitcoin as well, and hence for the broader market. So the market needs to bottom here. That is the conclusion. We need to see the bottom here. I know I've been saying that for like 5 days now, but it's critical to note that I'm not just changing my opinion every day. My opinions are exactly the same. I've always said 61K for Bitcoin, and I've always said the ascending support line for total 3. The total 3 just hasn't really moved downwards with Bitcoin in the last few days because the total 3 is obviously recognized that it's on major support, and hence it's not really moving with Bitcoin anymore. It's hovering at that level. So I still think we need to bottom right here for the total 3. But now, additionally, I actually think we need to bottom right here for Bitcoin. The good news is I'm pretty hopeful, right? I see this Bitcoin structure in the short-term charts as pretty good. Bitcoin, in order to get back into definitively bullish territory, we need to be breaking this descending daily chart RSI line, but more specifically on the price chart, what we need to be doing, obviously, is breaking this descending channel formation and breaking 67K, right? Once we break 67K and flip that region, I think Bitcoin is regaining a very large amount of confidence, and that's where I think I'd be placing more buys, right? Until then, I'm still remaining cautious with new positions. that's for sure. But 67k is kind of that region we need to flip definitively. If we flip that region, we're getting back above a major resistance zone that we faced for resistance for a month and a half back here. We held for support for a month over here. So that would be a very critical level to get back over to regain the bullish strength in the market. Until then, we are under severe threat and we need to be watching the charts very closely. As for a very short-term level, 64.5k needs to be flipped, but more importantly, this channel itself needs to break to the upside. So guys, thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed. Go ahead and check out the 3 exchanges we advertise on this YouTube channel: the BitGet, BingX, and Bitunix exchanges. These are down below in the pinned comment and description below. There's my referral links down there. So my sign up links, my sign up code. With that sign up link, you can sign up, obviously, but also get access to a 15% trading fee discount for life. So if you make an account with my link down below, you'll get a permanent 15% trading fee discount on buying and selling on the exchange. You can save thousands of dollars depending on how much you trade over the course of your lifetime in that exchange. So check it out down below. It's completely free of charge. These are very good exchanges. They've never been hacked before. They're all very low in trading fees already, and you can get it even lower with my link. The VIP group on Telegram, we trade altcoins 4 to 5 times a week with a 77.51% win rate over the course of 18 months of trading. All the information is on Telegram. You're also getting access to a group chat. So check that out if you're interested in altcoin trading or just getting access to an exclusive group where you can discuss the market with other members. And then finally, the Crypto Academy's Become a Trader 10-unit course, bull market sale, a discounted price for a limited time here. You can check out all the information on the website. We saw an opportunity to make a course that is good value because a lot of the courses in this market are like 8,000 USD for like 3 hours of content. It's absolute scams. This is a good value course, 30 to 40 hours of content for a very reasonable price, on sale right now. Check it out. Guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'll catch you tomorrow. Cheers.